they protesting in Nepal? So this is the 8th day of continuous protest in Nepal. Thousands of people have been protesting on the streets of Kathmandu. They're blocking roads, they're burning tires, they're chanting slogans against the government. But why? What is this protest all about? Well, you see, there are two major political parties in Nepal, the Communist Party and the Congress Party. Now, the Congress Party has been in power for the last 3 years. But recently, the CPN, the Communist Party of Nepal, they decided that they wanted to form a new government. So they started talking to some of the smaller parties, basically trying to form a coalition. And they offered the Prime Minister's post to a man named Madhav Kumar Nepal, who is the chairman of the Communist Party. But the big question is, does he have the numbers? Because to become Prime Minister, you need a majority in the Parliament. And right now, it's unclear if the Communists have the numbers. So they're trying to pressure the President to dissolve Parliament and call for new elections. And that's why they're protesting on the streets of Kathmandu. Have you heard about the Gen Z protest? No, not that one. Not the Squid Game or the K-pop version. This is the real deal. Now, let me tell you a little more about them. These protesters are the children of democracy. When they were born, Nepal was a monarchy, but by the time they grew up, the monarchy was gone and Nepal became a federal democratic republic. So naturally, these young people assumed that democracy was the best form of government. But then came the 2015 blockade protests when India and Nepal had a border dispute. Back then, Nepal's parliament passed a constitution that did not address the concerns of the Madhases, the indigenous people living in the southern plains. As a result, there was a major outcry and the protesters took to the streets. What followed was a 5-month-long agitation that left over 50 people dead. It was the worst political crisis since the end of the monarchy, and young people like Sabuj were deeply affected by it. They realized that democracy was not some magical tool, it needed their participation and engagement. So they channeled their anger and frustration into creativity. They wrote songs and poetry about the need for change. They made graffiti and street art to express their political views. And slowly but surely, they started to make a difference. In 2017, Nepal got a new constitution that addressed the concerns of the Madhases, and in 2019, the country held its first local elections in which young people like Sabuj came out in full force. They voted to bring about real change. So the next time you hear the term Gen Z protest, you'll know exactly what it means. A group of young people who are passionate about their country and their future and who are willing to fight for it. Thank you for watching and see you tomorrow.